Well, welcome back to another video slash discussion slash possibly video. Today I want to talk about something really interesting. As you guys know, or as you probably don't know, uh, there's been some rumors or not possibly I'm not a theory or a possibility of a thing coming for next season. Now I know you guys are probably thinking like, but Matters, we're not even in season 2 yet in chapter 5 season 2. So here's the basic rundown on what we know so far. So in the files right now, there's the season 2 code name for season 2 is named AIGA. So basically, what that means is in Soman language, I think Soman means family. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking, what does that mean? Well, there's possibly a theory going around, and there's only one possibly. It's from Aiko. Well, he had the idea of saying that there could be a Greek god-related type of season. Now, I have talked about Greek gods before in the past. If you remember back in chapter 2, I think it was like season 7, we talked about Greek gods for a while. And we never really had a Greek season since, like, I remember, like, people always talk about Greek seasons for the longest time, and we never really got one for the longest time. So maybe we might get it, maybe not, but we'll just keep our heads down for now, and we'll see what we have. So it might be a Greek god mythology kind of season, because it does make sense, maybe, because we do have several POIs on the map. If we go to the quest itself, or let's go to the actual quest, you may notice that there are a lot of POIs that are related to Rome and slash Greeks and such forth. So if you take a look at like places on the outskirts, there's like places like right here, the ruined reels, right? And then of course like some other locations. And what's really interesting is that the ruined reels are like close to the center of the map itself. So the main reason why I want to talk about this, and why I think might be a possibility of Greek god mythology, but I'm not 100% reassuring. Because here's the thing, we talked about this before, like many years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, about the Greek mythology, and I thought, oh, it might happen the season after that, and blah blah blah. But now it's been somewhat confirmed, or somewhat hasn't been totally confirmed. But that's just the code name itself. It doesn't mean that it will be a Greek mythology kind of season, but there is a possibility it might be a Greek mythology season. So the thing is, so we have a lot of Greek mythology kind of skins. We have Apotheon, Apollo, Ares, Artemis, Athena, Hermes. I don't know if that's Hermes or not. It doesn't look like Hermes. Heralds, Hellfires, Medusa, the Minotaur, Cerberus, Artemis, and then there's a whole bunch of Greek gods and unknown Greek outfits and things like that. So we might get season with Greek mythology kind of season. I am basically looking at some of those skins on the League survey. Now, here's my honest opinion. A lot of these skins are just subject to change because, yeah, it is definitely does feel Greek godless, like Greek god. Now, I do want to talk about this. I've experienced some sort of paranormal such forth before. A long time ago, I was in a hospital. I think it was like 2022 or 2021. I don't remember. Anyways, it was either 21 or 22. I don't remember. Anyways, my dad, I don't know why, but my dad doesn't believe in the whole paranormal, like, phenomena and all that kind of stuff. And Greek gods, like, Greek gods have to talk about damn money and such forth, you know. And the reason why I'm bringing up my dad is because he's always, like, complaining about the Greek gods and all that kind of stuff because they don't look like gods or anything like that. So, um, back to my actual story, and I wanted to bring this on topic about this whole Greek god mythology kind of thing. So it was in September. I think it was last year or the year before that. I had to go to the hospital, do some, changing. I don't know what's called the pacemaker, but you don't have to learn get into the detail with that. But I experienced something that's sort of things. Now, a lot of people are probably going to say, oh, it's probably a thought, or probably blah, 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 blah. Just listen to what I'm going to say. If you don't know what this basically is, I'm going to basically tell you what it is. So, let's go bring up let's go bring up something really quick. So if you don't know what the white abyss, or the white void, or whatever you want to call it, the white void. Literally, a white void represents the other realms, usually results in a dream or crossing over to another universe, physiological rooms that replicate the visual effects will the the same connection. Now, of course, this does mean that when I say like the white room, right? It's actually real. Okay, it's actually real. I'm just gonna say this once: the white room is not a fake thing. It's not like some kind of paranormal stuff. It's a real thing, and no one knows what it looks like, but I've seen it. So I'm going to basically tell you what it looks like. It's basically like a giant, empty white abyss. It's pretty much all like cloud. There's like a giant cloud. You've seen it probably. You've seen it in animes, right? It's like this. There's like clouds everywhere. It's like almost like fog, almost, and it looks like you're inside your subconscious, pretty much. And that's what it felt like. Even thinking about it just makes me like, what? You know? And there's like, we've seen like, if you remember back in the Marvel comics, I think it was Marvel comics, or was it Marvel? Was it? Oh man, I'm coughing so much because I ate some peanuts. Some nuts. Um, if you remember in the Batman comic or the Marvel comics, I think it was the Marvel comics. In the what was that one? I can't remember. It was the fractured. It was right around the fractured where the seven were trying to. We got the. Yeah, I think I remember now. It was the Tony Stark and all that kind of stuff. Um, in that situation, we saw a glimpse of we saw in the well, we saw two. We saw around what it looks like, and we saw pretty much what it actually does. If you don't know what a realm is, basically it's an alternate dimensional space vortex, or it's basically like a miniature, like it's kind of like you see like in Asgard, like Thor, and anything like that. So basically, it's a realm where it's in between two different. It's like almost like a door, almost. So so it's like if you draw a door one side, and then you got the door on the other side. Yeah, it's like there's a middle part, and that middle part is where you would meet all the gods and the people, and they talk about this. Oh, traveling all another world. There's going to be peaceful and all that kind of stuff. Very much that's what the thing is like. It's like an interdimensional gap in between two different worlds. We've seen this in for example, with the 0 point itself, right? We saw that in the I think it was man, it was like chapter 1, season 6, right? That was like a realm, pretty much. It's like an interdimensional gap between universes in the universe. The main problem with those interdimensional gaps is that you cannot enter those interdimensional gaps because once you enter it, you basically get shot out to the other side of another one. So it's like traveling through a wormhole. You can't stay in one specific spot. You gotta. It's like shooting something through a miniature black hole, right? Or like a black hole in general, because these realms are kind of like little miniature gaps between another universe and this universe. So it's like the thing is, time and these realms are basically all to do with the space, time, and how time exactly works, and how interdimensional matter, we like how our own universe and how the 0 point explain, and how the universe actually gets developed. Because in reality, when we saw that, the Big Bang, that's basically the closest way to get what a Big Bang would look like. It won't add it won't look like what we see in our own universe, but it's very close. Now back on the topic of what this basically tells us is um, what this means is that if next season will be Greek god mythology, I am totally fine with it. And I'm kind of completely honest. I love Greek god mythology. I like characters like I remember watching Fate Grand Order. They always talk about King Arthur. I mean, he was not part of the Greek mythology, but they always had these spirits and things like that. Fate, the Fate series. They always talk about Greek gods, and there was there were a whole bunch of different ones. I think there was King Gilgamesh. Khonshu from the Egyptians, right? We got Cleopatra. We got all these crazy Greek gods. The thing is, everyone assumes that with Greek gods, they always misinterpret Greek gods itself because sometimes they don't look as pretty. But that's just people always assuming oh, this girl looks like this or blah blah blah. No one's pointing fingers, okay? Whatever the person looks like, that's fine. If she looks ugly, who cares? All right, who cares? Now let's talk about the other thing. And I was about to talk about this. So as you guys know, with the new Lego mode that just came out, right? So you guys remember the Lego mode that everyone loves. Everyone loves. It has almost a million players, right? Okay. Now the main discussion I want to talk about is talk about the some new game modes that Epic is still working on. So as of right now, the Lego mode is more focused on is a sandbox simulated universe, pretty much. I think it's has some. Let's go to thing. Right. So it's called Mixed Survival Co-op Open World Sandbox. All right. Now the thing is, a lot of people probably thinking oh, it's a sandbox type of world, right? We got all the crazy little sandbox and such forth. I mean, you got little bosses and things like that, so it's pretty cool. There's also something really interesting. Hold on. I want to watch this video and such for it. But we'll watch it a little bit later because I was kind of like, oh yeah. All right. Now there's been some rumors, or there's been some rumors that if you guys remember, I was talking about open world a while ago. It was not the Lego open world. It was another open world previous to this open world. So Epic was developing an MMORPG type of MMO in Fortnite itself before, many years ago, and they sort of scrapped it. It was like, they didn't want it. Then, recently, there was another new work on the open world game mode for the previous open world that was being worked on before. So it's not the Saturn Altium, it's the other one. So this open world is called R. I think it's called R or something starts with A. It's not the season. It's a new open world that is kind of similar to more like a large open world type of thing. It's more on the side of adventurous type of open world. Now, the difference between this open world and the other open world is that this open world is going to be totally separate from the Lego mode, because I know you guys are probably thinking, why is it separate? Well, because the Lego mode itself is been developed by both Lego and Fortnite, so it doesn't count as an Epic game creation. It is an Epic game creation, but it doesn't count as like an actual official Epic game creation. For example, like Fortnite rocket racing does count as an Epic creation, because Epic has created the rocket racing, and they already own Rocket League, and they already do this, right? Same with Fortnite Fest. They bought the whole Fortnite such forth. So I mean, they bought GarageBand and all that kind of stuff. As for the Lego mode, it is not actually. This mode is actually a collaboration between two companies to make this game mode. So I'm gonna just basically. Oh shit! I just knocked my water bottle. I'm just gonna explain what this means. Well, basically it means that with an open, it's going to be a large open world. And I think I talked about it like a while ago, where I talked about large open world, slime, massive AI, all those kind of things. Basically, what this means is that anything in that specific game mode will be developed by Epic by themselves. So things like new bosses, new everything. As for the Lego mode, it has to be developed by Lego and Epic itself, because here's the thing, because Lego is a very it takes a long time to actually develop the building mechanics and all that kind of stuff. I mean, you could do that in Battle Royale, you can do that in Battle Royale, make a thing, but it doesn't feel as natural in the Lego mode, because with the Lego you can just pieces together and just build anything. As for the this new large open world will be more mainly focused on building and experiencing, not building, but more focused on the adventure, the exploration, fighting against other bosses, building new friendships along the way, working as a team. What other things would I know? Kind of like more like, like an MMORPG, but it's more like where you don't have to require to build like for example, unlike in MMORPGs, it's more focused on the adventure kind of side, and that's what I always when I used to have played games like that. That would be my main go-to. But with this, right now, I'm playing games like Star Rail, Somewhat Genshin Impact, not much anymore because the fact is I can't get the stupid Raiden Shogun. And then of course, what other things? I can't think of anything else. I'm just like trying to think of like Genshin Impact, GTA, Kratos, all those like massive open world type games are more of the line like AAA games, right? Like a Fortnite does count as not really. It doesn't actually count as a AAA game because technically Minecraft was the first one to become a AAA game. It was more like a building type game. Uh, so all I'm saying is that with with this new season and with this open world, it's going to be really interesting. It's going to feel like what are the reactions between the Lego mode versus the new open. And let me bring to my attention is that I think a lot of people would rather pick the other open world over Lego mode because it's built by Epic itself instead of Lego. I mean, yeah, I do like Lego a lot, but I think some people are going to be like, I don't know. Um, Now, supposedly, the age rating is for the. They did add an age rating for this new large open world. It did say that it's supposed to be for 12-year-olds. I'm not sure if it's going to be rated E or if it's going to be rated um, T. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure mostly the skins will be allowed in this new game mode. I think a lot of people are going to really like it better than the Lego mode because I can see how many players are kind of switching between the Lego mode and the because now Battle Royale has more players, and I think I think the Lego mode has kind of slowed down in the actual player base because yeah, Lego is fun, but personally I would probably not play as much as like I used to play. I think some people are kind of like in between, kind of like having fun, and then they kind of like got bored of it. It kind of reminds me of that Minecraft kind of style, because every time when I play Minecraft, I always get like I kind of just want to go play something else like entirely. Yeah, and I mean, take a look at like I'm not playing Fortnite anymore because I've been playing a lot of HSR. Uh, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, the Honkai Star Rail. And then of course I wear like this skin a lot. So if you see me around, you'll probably see me wearing this one because I like it a lot. So also, something really interesting I didn't notice. I forgot about how you can switch off the mask and such forth. So I like this girl because she has like beautiful, like crystal eyes, and she's wearing some kind of crown or something. It looks interesting. And then sometimes I would wear a mask, or sometimes I wouldn't like. But I like the hair because it reminds me of a certain someone. I'm talking about that like there's a show that I like called That Time I Got Reincarnated Slime, and there was like in that show they had this character named Moline, and she kind of reminds me of it, you know, the character itself. Um, so pretty much we haven't actually have a confirmation whether or not this season might be Greek god mythology. There is a possibility because Epic is working on a possibility of it coming. And then finally, something really interesting. There's a possibility of Lego Ninjago. Now I remember so many years ago. I remember watching that show a lot when it used to be on the. It used to be on the. It used to be on the. It used to be on like shows like in the. I used to be on a lot, like every single day. It was on the, I think it was like on a TV show, where everything was would be like they would show that show a lot. So I but of course that was Lego in the Jungle is probably going to be coming sometime soon. And yeah, okay, now let's talk about, so number one, I did talk about possibly a Greek mythology type of theme by Echo. He thinks that, he or she, I don't know, it's a he or she, she might think that might be a Greek mythology kind of theme. So, we'll see. My understanding is that I think that most Greek gods, like mythology, are kind of what, like we've seen some skins, like in the actual surveys. If you look at some of the skins in the survey, you'll find some close representation of Greek gods itself. So it's a possibility. Now the thing is, like, is it going to be entirely Greek god mythology? I don't think so, because as you know, Greek mythology was basically the creation of the Christian religion. So I think that's what it was, and then we got the Roman, and that was like uh, it was like a long time ago. People, the Christian religion was created off the Greek mythology and all, and then we got the Roman gods and the Roman Empire and the Muslims and all that kind of stuff. It's a long story, but I don't want to talk about too much. And then of course the Jewish and all, Chris. So pretty much this is what I'm basically going to try to decipher as to currently right now. So, as you know, that the Greek mythology is possibly confirmed, possibly not. I do want to take a look at some of the skins after this video. I will take a look at see what type of skins that might be possibly coming. I think, I don't think it's going to be entirely Greek mythology. We might get different types of skins related to Greek mythology. I might assume that there might be like some other gods involved into the thing. Like, for example, there was once there was there's a in one of the surveys there's a character that looks like some kind of almost like goddess kind of character with she has like a komodo kind of thing. She wears like komodo, and then she has like this sash, and then she looks like she's wearing some kind of like almost like a scarf. Like, she doesn't look like she's wearing a scarf. Like, she's wearing like some kind of pink scarf. She kind of reminds me of those concubine, like those things that you would see in Japanese type of things, like those old Japanese wars and things like that. So we might see we might not entirely see. It might not entirely be Greek mythology, because it might be like Greek mythology mixed with other type of aspects. Because in the reality, Greek mythology can be anything. Like, in the actual lore things, like both the Greeks and the Japanese and all the other things were like mixed. It was like complete mixed. So, we saw some other gods, we saw some, whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyways, I'm not going to explain it, because the thing is that, there's going to be critics, blah, 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 blah. So, I think, it's going to be a mix. So, I don't think, it's going to be entirely Greek mythology, but I see, the references to it. But we'll see. Because I'm just going to try to put it out there. Alright, so I've made this video way too long. I am deeply apologize for everyone. Keep in mind that there will be an extra minute or such forth towards the end, because I'm doing my intro. I hope you guys do enjoy. Leave a like, subscribe if new, and of course I will catch you all later. Keep in mind, this is only a possibility of a Greek mythology. And a lot of those things are speculation to change. It's just a theory. It's not 100% confirmed. Don't believe me if you don't want to. I'm just saying it's only speculation. Alright, I'll catch you later, and I'll see you sometime soon. Alright, goodbye!